You ever go outside at night, look up, and just feel completely lost? It's beautiful, for sure, but it's also just this overwhelming sea of dots. Well, today, we're going to change that. We're going to turn all that confusion into a real connection and give you the basic tools you need to decode the cosmos. All right, let's get into it.
Just wow. Take a second and soak that in. Isn't that just magnificent? Billions of stars, galaxies, all these mysteries, and they're all just hanging right above our heads every single night. You know, this has been the ultimate source of wonder for basically all of human history.
And that's really the question, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to appreciate the beauty, but it's something else entirely to actually understand it. To know which of those little lights is a sun millions of light years away and which one is actually a neighboring planet. So let's start figuring it out. Okay, so the very first step on our journey is learning how to tell the two main characters of the night sky apart. You've got your fixed stars, and then you have what ancient observers called the wandering stars, which we now know as the planets. And you know what's amazing? The differences are actually super simple. Stars twinkle. Planets, for the most part, don't. Stars stay locked in their patterns, while planets actually move across the sky from night to night. Stars flicker. Planets have this steady, solid light. So really, the planets give themselves away with their movement and that steady glow.
Let's just zero in on the absolute easiest trick in the book. If you're looking up at a bright point of light and it's twinkling, sparkling like crazy, you're looking at a star. Its light has traveled so far that our atmosphere messes with it on the way down. But if it's shining with this solid, unwavering light, bam, that's a planet. It's really that simple.
Okay, so once you can spot the stars, the next step is to realize that they're not just random. We humans are pattern-seeking creatures. It's just what we do. And for thousands and thousands of years, we've been connecting the dots up there, creating this giant cosmic map.
Now, the official countries on this map are called constellations. Think of it like this. Astronomers have divided the entire sky, the whole sphere, into 88 distinct regions. So when you find a constellation, you know exactly what patch of sky you're looking at.
And here it is, probably the most famous pattern of them all, the Big Dipper. I mean, everybody recognizes this shape, right? But here's the twist, a little fun fact for you. The Big Dipper itself is not one of those 88 official constellations. Nope, it's something else.
It's an asterism. The best way to think about asterisms is that they're the unofficial, easy-to-spot nicknames or landmarks on the star map. They're often just part of a bigger constellation, or sometimes they're made up of bright stars from a few different constellations. They're basically the shortcuts to navigating the night sky. And a perfect example of this is the Summer Triangle. It's this huge, simple shape made of three really bright stars, Vega, Deneb, and Altair. What's so cool is that each of those stars is actually the brightest star in its own separate constellation. The asterism is what connects them all into one easy-to-find shape you can spot all summer.
Now that you know the difference between stars and planets and constellations and asterisms, it's time to actually put that knowledge to use. So let's go on your first quest. Finding the single most important star for navigation, at least in the northern hemisphere. Our target is Polaris, better known as the North Star, and our guide to find it? Well, it's our old friend, the Big Dipper. It literally points the way.
Okay, let's walk through this. It's incredibly easy, I promise. First, find the Big Dipper. That's the easy part. Now, look at the two stars that form the end of the Dipper's cup, the side farthest from the handle. Got 'em? Those are called the pointer stars. Now, just draw a line in your mind from the bottom star through the top one and just keep going. Go about 5 times that distance, and bam! You are going to run right into a pretty bright star that's kind of all by itself. That's Polaris. You just found north. Feeling empowered? You should. And the best part is, you don't need some $1,000 telescope to do this. All you really need is a simple toolkit and a little bit of planning to have an absolutely amazing night of stargazing.
It really just comes down to 4 key things: timing, location, patience, and just a little bit of technology. If you can get these 4 right, you're golden.
So, here's your checklist. First, timing. The moon is basically a giant spotlight in the sky, so try to go out on a moonless night to get things as dark as possible. Second, location. City lights totally wash out the stars, so get as far away as you can. Third, patience. This one is absolutely crucial. Your eyes need a good 20 minutes to fully adjust to the dark. That means don't look at your phone. And finally, Tech. A simple pair of binoculars will show you amazing detail, and there are some great apps out there that can help you identify exactly what you're looking at.
So we've learned how to tell planets from stars, find patterns, and even navigate a little. But why does any of this even matter? Well, because when we look up, we're doing something that is just deeply and fundamentally human.
Think about it. Long before we had GPS, we had the stars. Before we had clocks, the movement of the sky told us when to plant and when to harvest. And way before we wrote things down, we told our greatest stories and our myths through the patterns we saw up in the heavens. We're tapping into a legacy that's as old as we are.
So the next time you're out under a clear night sky, you're not going to just see a random spray of lights. You'll see planets and asterisms and those ancient signposts. You now have the tools to start your own journey. The only question left is, what stories will you find up there?